Imagine pulling up on an island that you didn't know. Your men get out of the boat, and you look to your commander, and he says, "Burn the boats." These boats? These boats we just came in on? Burn the boats. According to legend, in 1519, a commander by the name of Cortez was trying to take over an island, which was considered at the time the New World. He had brought 600 men with him. Cortez ordered his men to burn all the boats they had arrived on. Now, the thing about that, if you're the enemy, seeing that huge blaze in front of you probably would have made them kind of scared, right? But if you were the men burning the boats, you knew right then and there that there was no turning back. It was do or die. It's press forward because there's no going back now. I know many people have heard about the Burn the Boats movement, or the moment that you have made a decision, where you made a decision in your life to move forward with uncertainty, with fear, with doubts. Some people will say it's an act of courage, where you don't look back. You don't look back at what you had, and you decide to move forward and free yourself from your past and go all in. That burning the boat moment also reduces your options, because that's it. There's no going back. There's no going back, and I found myself in that moment so many times within my life, and it has been the most powerful thing that has gotten me through. So what about you? Are you ready for your burn the boat moment? We're about to find out. I want you to think, what's keeping you back from your goals, from your dreams, from your passions, from that life that you want to live, that you've always felt you've known you were meant for? What's holding you back? Was it a lie that you've been told? Because we've been all told lies. We've all been told you're too old, you're too young, you're not good enough, you don't have enough value, you're not it, you're not smart enough, you're not attractive enough. And it seems when we've been told these lies, because they're all lies, you take a few steps forward and it gets difficult. You feel it, and those lies just sink in, and you turn those lies into truth. You go back. You go back, and you go back to your boat. But I'm here to tell you, not anymore. That ends today. This is your burn the boat moment. This is your time. And I am excited to be here for it. Let's get into it. What's up, guys? What's up? Happy Friday. Ooh, yeah, I'm with you, Kels. I don't know about you guys, but every single time I watch that video or I hear about burning the boats, my fire just gets lit under my booty. Like, drop me a 1 if you guys got some inspiration from that video and you guys are ready to have your own burn the boat moment. That time in your life where you know that if nothing changes, nothing changes. And I'm here to tell you, you guys on this call tonight are in the right spot if you're looking for a burn the boat moment. So a couple housekeeping things I want to go over real quick is the chat will be open all night during this masterclass. So feel free to interact. If I'm presenting, Kelsey's going to be in there and vice versa. And we will hold space in the end for Q&A. So if you guys do have questions, at the bottom of your Zoom bar is a Q&A tab. I want you to use that. And then at the end, we're going to hold space, like I said, for Q&A. And so, yeah, let's get into it, guys. Drop in the chat real quick. Where are you guys tuning in from? I saw some Kentucky. I saw some Florida, I think. I saw a couple different places. I'm in Kentucky, so I'm partial to it. So is Kelsey. All right. New York, Indiana, Massachusetts, Maryland, South Dakota. Got some Indiana people in here. Moved back to Indiana in a couple weeks. All right. South Carolina. South Carolina is beautiful. New Mexico, Becky, you're over there. Canada.
Kentucky, Tennessee. Ooh, I love it. I love it. I love it. Okay. Now, next, what I want you guys to do, we're all here for a financial opportunity, right? We're all here to increase our revenue, right? So I want you guys to drop in the chat because I'm going to make an analogy here in a little bit for you guys. Drop in the chat what your income freedom number is. What would you like to be making every single month in order to live the life that you have always dreamed of, in order to not stress anymore, in order to, if you want to, not ever have to go back to work, not ever have to go to a 9 to 5, to spend time with your family, to spend time making memories and moments with the people that you cherish the most. Okay, 30,000 a month, 150,000 a month, 200 or 20K, 100K. Ooh, y'all, I love it. We got some big goals in here. We got some big goals. And even though they may seem big, I'm going to tell you right now, every single number that I have seen on here, I personally know someone that has hit it in this business in under 4 years. In under 4 years. That's how long this specific team has been doing the thing, guys. So let's get into it. Welcome to the movement. This is the best business opportunity in modern entrepreneurship. Drop me a 1 if you're with me. Drop me a 1. So a little bit about who Kelsey and I, who are we? Why should you guys care? Briefly, I want to introduce ourselves so you guys know who we are, a little bit about our journey and how we got started in the high ticket world, right? So my name is Stephanie Willis. I became a 6A in 6 months. I come from a couple different low ticket companies where I never really made over like $2,000. I think that was like my top that I ever made. And then I kind of averaged anywhere between like, I don't know, $300 and $800. I would say I was maintaining that. And it was always frustrating. I've been in this industry for about 8 years, and I always felt like there was something wrong with me. I always felt like I wasn't doing enough, and yet I was still on my phone 24/7. If you guys have been in a low ticket journey before and you can resonate with me, drop a me too in the comments. And so I'd almost given up on this industry as a whole. To be honest, I went through about, I went through about 2 years of an extreme burnout. I'd almost given up on it. In those 2 years, we became very financially literate, me and my husband and I, and we were able to retire. I retired at the age of 29 with multiple 7 figures through investments. And then I found that, I was kind of bored. I was missing that community. I was missing that connection. I was missing something to have of my own. And I know a lot of single moms or a lot of stay-at-home moms that I've talked to recently have had the same revelation. Like, they love being home, but they want something of their own again if they come from corporate, things like that. So this kind of fell into my lap, and I watched a masterclass just like the one you guys are on tonight 10 months ago. I started this in January, and here we are. I had my first $100,000 commission month. Within 10 months of this business, my first 30 days, I brought in over $10,000. And that's coming from me who wasn't really, that successful in low ticket. What I did though is I plugged in and I learned and I was coachable. And we're going to share tonight all the strategies that you guys need to take and implement in order to have those exact same results. Kelsey's here to share her journey, and she did it even faster than I did, guys. So Kelsey, take it away, girlfriend.
Hi, I'm so excited to be here. I'm so excited you guys are here. I've been wanting to come off mute the whole time, but had to wait my turn. Yes, so I'm very, very similar story to Steph. I actually came from one of the same low ticket companies, and I hit 6A in 60 days, which is just like, what, last weekend or something? Which is really exciting. 2 months ago, I didn't even know what 6A meant. Now I'm hitting 6A, which is a leadership position, extra bonuses, and also have hit over $100,000 commission in my first 2 months. I think I'm actually at like, we'll see after today, like probably close to 120, 125. I'm running for $100,000 this month. So I'm so excited. Never in my wildest dreams would I ever believe I would be like, hey, I'm running for $100,000 a month. Like, who says that? Like, nobody, like, right? And so, one thing that, I want you guys to, I guess, know about me, because I did come from low ticket where I had extreme success. Like, I changed my life in 2018, 2019, kind of started all falling apart in 2020. But that was back whenever social media, was a little bit easier. Facebook liked us. And the thing with that though, here's like where the spiral happened is in order to get to those income goals that was changing my life back then in low ticket, I was spending 2 to 3 hours every single night. No, didn't take weekends off, didn't take Sundays off, like every single night for months and months and months and months and months on live. And I had to be on like a Netflix show. Like I had to bring the energy, and you can imagine how exhausting that was. I actually look back at pictures and I look like a zombie. I was the skinniest I'd ever been, like just really unhealthy. But I had to keep going month after month after month, because in low ticket, every single month you start over. And so I had to constantly keep working harder to reach higher and higher income goals. And that's also where I got burnout. And I feel like I have been in a burnout for like 3 years, ever since really 2020. By the way, Steph, I don't know, Alexandra said she can't see me talking, but can you guys see me on my screen? Can some of y'all see me? Hopefully. If not, it's okay. You can just listen to me. Oh, okay. Yeah. Okay. We're good. Okay. Maybe swap over, Alexandria. Okay. Awesome. But anyway, so my passion is coaching. I love helping people make money. I do. I'm a servant leader. I don't want to just make 100 grand. Like I want everybody, I want all y'all on here on the Zoom to make 100 grand. And, so I just felt like whenever I seen this business model, I actually jumped on a Zoom with Steph. Steph's my direct mentor. I signed up right on the Zoom. She showed me this compensation plan. I seen the vision, what we're about to show you. I seen how I was going to, even though I had been a top seller, been a top enroller, walked across the stage as number one, training thousands of people, I had got to a place in my low ticket business through the burnout. August, my paycheck was $2,000. My mortgage is $2,500. Math ain't mathin'. And so I seen this business model. I jumped in. My first full month was September. I went from a $2,000 paycheck in August to, when I switched business models, $54,000 in September. The only thing that changed was the business model. And that's why we're here. So I'm really excited to dive in.
Yeah. And I'm going to touch on that just for a minute. We may come from these low ticket opportunities, but both Kelsey and I and our team as a whole have watched people that have had absolutely no experience in sales and social media. So if you're sitting here right now and you're like, well, I've never done low ticket, or I've never walked across the stage or anything, I'm here to tell you right now, I could name probably 10 people off the top of my head that have never had any experience in this industry, have never done anything online or with social selling, but within 30 to 90 days, they were able to either 2 or 4x their annual salary, their monthly income, retire from their corporate jobs, move into their first homes because they've never been able to do that before. They've been able to leave their nursing careers or go PRN. Like, I could go on and on and on. And these are people that had no experience like Kelsey and I did. This is a universal business to where if you come in, you plug yourself into the blueprint that we're about to give you, you're going to see massive success.
So, guidelines. Just going to throw it right out there, right off the bat. This is not a copy and paste, get rich quick training. It's not a push button, internet, lifestyle fantasy. Actually, a funny story. I had a potential, they were like, how come nobody's, flashing Lamborghinis? And so we ain't worried about flashing Lamborghinis on the internet. We got families to take care of. Like, we're building legacy income for our family, right? So yeah, this isn't like that. This is not a fake it till you make it strategy. There's real implementation here. And you've got to have a desire and a passion to want to change your current life and circumstances. Like you do. You gotta want that change. Nobody else is gonna do it for you, right? You've got to want it. And so if you can see the vision, want the change, we're gonna show you how to create a quantum shift in your life, in your business, that's gonna end your financial struggles literally forever. So you're here right now on this video because you want to travel the world, you want to have lifestyle, time freedom, you want to spend more time with your family, you want to build a legacy business. And I'm gonna speak on that time freedom again. It doesn't matter if people are making 100 grand a month if we're not building something that's going to give us time freedom, right? We don't want to take away from our families, so we can do both here. Now, for the agenda, this is what we're going to show you on this blueprint. It's what problem do we have to solve, the solution that solves that problem, how to leverage your personal brand and lifestyle through social media to create a high ticket freedom business, and how to create real legacy wealth for you and your family. So Steph's going to take it away with the problem that we solve.
All right, guys, this is where I get to nerd out. Drop me a 1 in the comments if you are a green personality and a nerd. Where are my people at? Where are my people? So the problem that we solve, guys, affects 100% of people on the planet. Oh, there's my nerds. 100% of people on the planet, 100% of people on this Zoom right now. And that problem is our drinking water, guys. Drop me a 2 in the comments if you guys are aware of the problems that we're facing, not only in the United States, but on a global level of the contamination in our water. And drop me a 3 if you have no idea what to do about it. You're just like, there's nothing I can do, you know, like I try my best, but I drink, you know, some bottled water, or I have this filter, I use my refrigerator water, right? So why is this so important? Why should we really start prioritizing and caring about the water that we're putting in our bodies? It's because our bodies are made up of at least 70% of water. And I'm here to tell you right now, it's actually closer to 99%, because our cells, which make up our brain, our kidneys, our lungs, our blood, eyes, heart, and muscles, our cells that make up every single one of those organs is 99% water. Makes up our ligaments, our tissue, all the things, right? So yes, 70% water, but it's more so like 99. So the problem that we solve is obviously our drinking water. And if you guys are familiar with the EWG, they are the Environmental Working Group. They are a nonprofit organization. They came out with some studies recently. Well, not recently. It's been, I think, probably like 2012. And they come out with a study that proved that there are no legal limits for more than 160 unregulated contaminants in U.S. tap water. And I know we got some people on Canada tuning in. Y'all's water ain't any better. Y'all's water ain't any better. Our coach and mentor, Brandon, he's from Canada, and it may be even worse up there. So for every glass of tap water that you guys are drinking, every shower that you guys are bathing in, it's not just the water we're drinking, right? Our skin's our largest organ. We absorb 100% of everything we put on it. You're getting a huge, huge, huge heavy dose of industrial and or agricultural contaminants inside of your body. The FDA a couple years ago came out and they were like, hey guys, so there's these things called forever chemicals. Drop me a 1 in the comments if you guys are familiar with this terminology, forever chemicals. So it's a group of man-made chemicals called PFAS, PFAS, that were created in the 1940s. They do not break down, and they've led to widespread contamination in our rivers, in our streams, in our lakes, in our ecosystem, in our rain, in our water that we are bathing in and we are drinking, okay? The regulatory system meant to ensure the safety of America's drinking water is absolutely broken, and there's nothing they can do about it, guys. There's nothing. They would have to replace every single pipe on the planet, and it's just not possible. We don't have the infrastructure for that. So what these contaminants in our water can lead to, obviously cancer. I think it's like 70% of people, especially in the United States, will get a form of cancer before they die, which is insane. If you guys go back in the research, they used to be 0. The only thing that's changed is the chemicals in our food and the chemicals in our water. It's going to lead to brain and nervous system damage, neurological disorders, gastrointestinal illnesses, reproductivity and fertility problems. I can't tell you how many friends I have that either are having, female hormonal problems. They are not able to produce offspring. They cannot have children. They have to go through, IVF, all these things. And I think it's even harder now. Like, I don't know anyone anymore that can conceive naturally easily, like not thinking off the top of my head. And also dehydration. So even if you are drinking, this is insane. Even if you are drinking the recommended 8 ounces of water per day, you are still chronically dehydrated. 75% of Americans are chronically dehydrated, even though they are drinking the recommended dosage of water every single day. So what I want to do now is I want to take you guys to the EWG's website, and I want to take a look. I want you guys to drop your zip codes with your city and state in the chat, and we're going to go check and see what's in your water right now live with you. And I'm going to go here, and Kelsey is going to tell me.
Yeah. Oh, there's a bunch. Hold up, guys. Slow down. Let me see.
All right.
Let's do 37087.
Okay.
And I can't see the screen right now, by the way.
All right.
Yep.
You see it now?
Yep.
Awesome. So 37087?
Yes.
Okay. So for 37087, what city was that?
They were in Lebanon.
All right. Here we go. So what this is going to tell you is how many total contaminants are in your water, how many exceed health guidelines. And I'm going to make this very clear for you guys. Legal does not mean safe. And there's probably going to be some examples down here. So in your water, you have chromium, 2 types of haloacetic acids, nitrates, and trihalomethanes. So you have 701 times what's healthy for your body of haloacetic acid 9.
Wow.
If we click on this, and you can see here, there's no legal limits for any of these, actually. They can put as many as they want in there. So haloacetic acids are formed when disinfectants such as chlorine are added to tap water. The group of 9 haloacetic acids include that big word, all those big words. I'm not even going to try. I'm nerdy. I ain't that nerdy. And the potential effects, I believe this one said cancer. Yes. So all of these are cancer. Okay. So this is what's actually healthy for your body, 0.06 parts per billion or less. In this utility, you have 42.1 parts per billion. Here's your national average. Here's your state average. Not okay, guys. Not okay. All right. Let's go look at one more.
Okay. Let's do 48093.
Okay. And I think that's Warren, Michigan, right? If I'm looking.
Yeah.
There we go.
Probably see it in the chat. I was like, how did you know that right off the top of your head?
I know my zip codes. I'm just kidding. Okay, so you have 11 total contaminants, 5 exceed health guidelines. Again, chromium, haloacetic acids, nitrates, trihalomethanes. Some things that I've seen in water is arsenic, radium. What is it?
The chloroform, the thing they kidnap little kids with.
Yeah. Chloroform, guys, not good stuff. We do not want this stuff in our bodies. Chromium is a carcinogen that commonly contaminates American drinking water. It's due to industrial pollution, natural occurrences. And over here, you can select other things that are in your water. Okay. So if you guys ever want to check what's in your water, or you can ask whoever sent you to this masterclass, whoever invited you, they can pull your water quality report for you if we did not get to yours tonight. So I'm going to start sharing back onto Canva. What do we think about that, guys? Did we know that that was in our water? What are we thinking? All right. So I'm not here to scare you. Don't worry. There is a solution for cleaner, healthier drinking water. Yeah, criminal. No idea. No idea. I didn't either. I knew it was bad, but I didn't know how bad, right? So unfortunately, the solution is not bottled water. I was a bottled water snob, and I loved Dasani. I loved Aquafina. Those are actually some of the worst. They are very acidic for our bodies. The plastic material that water bottles are made of include BHA and phthalates, guys. Typically with bottled water, your bottled water sits on a shelf for anywhere between 1 and 2 years in a hot warehouse, somewhere that is not temperature controlled. And in that process of all that heat, what happens is the chemicals inside of that plastic are actually leaching into your dead water, and you're consuming even more toxins. There's actually no study that proves that bottled water is better than tap water. The majority of the time, it's actually probably worse because there's no regulation for it. There's none. And then a 4-year study done by the Natural Resources Defense Council found that a third of bottled water tested contained levels of contaminants that exceeded legal limits. And as I mentioned, bottled water is highly acidic. Yep, or outside or direct sent from a gas station. Absolutely. Who's heard of reverse osmosis? Drop me a 1 in the comments, because that's not a solution either. This is an avenue that I was exploring before I knew of the solution that I'm going to get to for you guys. But reverse osmosis, unfortunately, dangerous chemicals like pesticides, herbicides, chlorine, they're all molecularly smaller than the water and can pass freely through the filter. On top of that, reverse osmosis also removes healthy, naturally occurring water minerals that our body needs to survive. And every time I talk about this, I tell the story of Jen, who is my direct coach. She is the co-founder of the Fearless Movement. So if you guys are in our community, our VIP community, you'll see her. She's done master classes. She's phenomenal. But she actually drank reverse osmosis water and didn't know it. And she got huge muscle cramps and headaches and was really fatigued and couldn't figure it out until she remembered that the water she was drinking was reverse osmosis water, right? So we need those naturally occurring water minerals. And when we're drinking reverse osmosis water, not only are we not getting those minerals in our water, but it's actually leaching those out of our bodies. So what's the solution, right? Like, I didn't just bring you guys here. You're not on this call because I want to fearmonger you and scare you. We actually do have a solution, but it's a problem that we need to be more aware of. And we need to, be more conscious of the water that we're drinking. I think a lot of people are waking up now to the toxins in their food, but not so much their water, because it's not really talked about. And I'm here to tell you, I'm talking about it. Okay. So the solution is the Enagic K8 water ionizer. This is not a filter. This is not, I hear some people say sometimes, yeah, that water filter. No, this is a water ionizer, guys. This is the world's most powerful antioxidant on the planet. You cannot eat enough fruits and vegetables in one day to get the same amount of antioxidants as a glass of Kangen water. It's impossible. And you measure this through oxidation reduction potential. Here's the nerd in me coming out, okay? So typically, like your green teas and things like that, blueberries that you hear doctors and everybody say is really, they're powerful antioxidants, right? They keep you young, they keep you youthful, they keep you from aging, they keep you from your body breaking down, right? Those are only about a -40, -70. They're under 100, -100 ORP, oxidation reduction potential. This is what scientists use to measure the oxidation of a substance. Kangen water, guys, is anywhere between -600 and -800 ORP. It is the world's most powerful antioxidant on the planet. It produces molecular hydrogen, H2. Okay, this makes the water bioavailable for our body. So yes, this machine has a filtration system to it, but it is much more than that. It is a water ionizer that produces, I'm going to get into that actually. I'm not going to do it now. I'm going to get into that on the next slide. But produces molecular hydrogen, H2. Molecular hydrogen is a special kind of molecule that helps protect and repair your body's cells by fighting off harmful effects of free radicals. It's like having a superhero team in your body, keeping everything running smoothly and healthily. Makes your water bioavailable. It takes that giant water molecule that's about this big and your cell's about this big, and it breaks it into H2, molecular hydrogen, so your body's able to actually absorb the water. The water that you guys are drinking now, bottled water, filtered water, refrigerator water, tap water, you're only able to absorb about 15%, and that's it. That's why everyone's walking around chronically dehydrated and they look like a raisin instead of a grape. This machine also has 8 platinum dipped solid plates, which is really important for the ionization. 560 square inches of ionization surface, which is the largest on the market. That may not mean a lot to you guys right now, but it's huge, okay? It cleans itself after each use. It is intuitive. It has an iPhone-like touchscreen. It speaks 8 different languages. If you guys didn't know already, I'll go into this later, but we are a global company. And it is the only water machine. It is the only water machine that is a certified medical device. Certified medical device, guys. It is, I know, right? I know. So Kangen water benefits. What this machine produces is electrically reduced ionized alkalized water with a pH level of 8.5 to 9.5. That's your drinking water, okay? Now, who knows the difference between alkaline and alkalized? Drop a 1 in the comment if you do. Drop a 2 in the comment if you're like, there's a difference. What? You do now? Yep. 2. Okay. 2, 2, 2. Okay. Drop me a 3 in the comments if you've ever seen on Google or read anywhere or seen something online that alkaline water is bad for you. See some 2 still, some 3. Yep. Okay. 3, 3, 3. Yeah, I'm about to nerd out for y'all just for a second. So there is a huge difference between alkaline water and alkalized water. Alkaline water is a chemical process added to tap water, filtered water. They add calcium or magnesium depending on the pH of the water to make it alkaline. Now, what happens with this water is if you drink too much of it, this can change the blood pH of your body, which is really, really, really bad for you. Really, really, really bad. The difference between alkaline water, which is a chemical process, it's fake, versus alkalized water is through an electrolysis process. Alkalized water happens in nature naturally, okay? When a glacier falls into the ocean, you have electrolyzed, reduced alkalized water for 2 to 3 days. When lightning strikes a body of water, you have alkalized water, ionized water for 2 to 3 days. The water that this machine produces is only alive for 2 to 3 days. That's why you can't go out there and buy it. You can't go buy bottles of it. The water that you're drinking now is dead, okay? So it provides 5 types of highly bioavailable water, ranging from a 2.5 hypochlorous acid water, which I'm going to go over here in a second, all the way up to an 11.5 high alkalized water. It is endorsed by thousands of doctors and used in hospitals around the world. We originated from Okinawa, Japan, which is one of the 5 blue zones on the planet, which means the majority of people there live to be over 100, and they are active well into their centennial years because of the water they drink, the food they eat, and the movement that they get every single day. Okay, they don't have all the toxins. And we're founded in one of those blue zones. Exactly, dead water. I know, right? All right, it is the only OEM water ionizer in the business. We own everything nuts to bolts. We don't outsource things, okay? This is going to give you increased energy and focus. I noticed this within the first 24 hours when I got my machine. It neutralizes acids, toxins caused by stress, poor diet, and environmental factors, helps with weight loss, cleanses the colon, boosts the immune system, improves cancer resistance, and that is actually from Dr. Otto Warburg. I can never say his name, who won a Nobel Prize in 1931 because he found that cancer cannot survive in an alkaline environment, guys. Cancer and disease thrives in acidic environments. And basically everything we eat and we consume is acidic. How are you going to counteract that? 1, you could get a better diet, but 2, adding in this alkalized, ionized water. Does not remove any minerals that are lost in the purification process, like reverse osmosis. It is medical grade water. Guys, I get to take this through TSA. They cannot dump it out. It's medical grade water. They wave a little thing over it. They give it back to me and they say, you're good to go. I can take multiple bottles of water on an airplane. I don't have to dump them out. I don't have to go in there and buy a stupid bottle of water. Okay. It produces FDA approved medical grade sterile 2.5 electrolyzed hypochlorous acid for toxic for cleaning and disinfecting. Hypochlorous acid sounds like a scary word, right? But it's not. It just means sterile water. Where you guys right now are using bleach, Lysol, Clorox, those types of things to clean your homes, which is in turn giving off all those fumes that you're inhaling, all those toxins are going straight to your lungs, right? Cancer, again. 2.5 hypochlorous acid water, the sterile water, is just that. It kills E. coli, MRSA, COVID, herpes. There's tons of PubMed studies out there, guys, tons of PubMed peer-reviewed articles of scientific research about this water, okay? So you guys can throw away all of your chemical cleaners and you can actually clean with water. That's what I do. It's got a dwell time of anywhere between 30 and 60 seconds, where bleach actually has a dwell time of 3 to 5 minutes. And this is actually, you know, I've been trained in this. I come from facilities for my previous sales position. And I was in facility sales with hospitals, schools, and everything during COVID. And then here's my disclaimer. We're not allowed to make any medical claims about this product, but let's just say it's a game changer. The product is not intended to diagnose, treat, blah, 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 blah. All the things that every commercial has to say out there, right? Cool, right? But how does this actually help you provide time and financial freedom for your families, right? That's why we're all on this call. Before we get into it, before I pass it back to Kels, I want you to ask yourself really quick, and I'm going to ask you to drop this in the comments too. Is the way that you're currently creating an income going to pay you for the rest of your life, whether you're working or not? Or will the money stop coming in when you stop working? If you stopped working tomorrow, is your job going to pay you 6 months from now? You're going to get passive residuals? I know so many people right now, I'm not trying to scare you, that are getting laid off. I talk to them daily. Daily. Yeah, exactly. Here's something else I want you guys to think of. If you're an annual salary maker, I want you to break that down real quick into hourly wage. Okay. In a second, I'm going to ask you to drop it in the comments. Right now, if I had to guess, the majority of you right now are in this rat race. You guys are in the matrix. I dub it the matrix. And if you see yourself facing any of these financial struggles, if you can relate to any of this, I want you to drop a 1 in the comments as I'm going through these. Okay. So when you relate, drop a 1. So the rat race, the cycle begins. You're trapped in a routine, stuck in the matrix, longing for autonomy and control over your time. But you have to have an income. You have to have an income to survive, right? So you go to a job. You're trading your time for a limited capped amount of pay. And in turn, you're struggling to get ahead despite investing your precious hours into this job, right? Drop me a 1 if you can relate to that. Next, you have to have that income to pay your bills, right? You feel weighted down by the responsibilities and financial stress from your bills. You have to have a car to get to that job. You have to have food to live, right? You have to have a roof over your head. These are things that we have to have in order to survive, guys. In order to get instant gratification, because we need it, our brains just can't sit there and not be happy, right? What do? We go on vacations. We live for the weekend. We do these little things throughout our life, never getting any further ahead, but just slowly giving ourselves a little dopamine fix, right? Instant gratification can lead to temporary pleasure, but long-term dissatisfaction as you're constantly seeking the next fix without true fulfillment. You guys are looking forward to your next vacation in 6 months. You guys are looking forward to next year so that you can start saving for X, Y, and Z, right? Which leads me to the next phase in the cycle. No savings and living beyond your means. Because again, your income is capped by how many hours you're putting in. There's no financial stability due to living beyond your means. You have a lack of savings leading to monthly struggles and no future security. Okay. That's going to lead you to bad debt accumulated and no assets owned. You're trapped in a spiral of owing money. Interest rates are compounding. Who's had to put in the last couple of years the majority of their spending on credit cards because you just can't live the exact same way that you were 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 years ago, right? All of your savings is gone. And then what do? We repeat this cycle because we have to have more income in order to survive, to pay our bills, to go on a vacation, to get a little bit of a break, right? It's a never-ending loop where history keeps repeating itself with no escape in sight. That's why I made that video in the beginning of this masterclass talking about your burn your boat movement, your moment where you're breaking this cycle. Because if nothing changes, nothing changes. So right now, this is the cash flow quadrant. This comes from Robert Kiyosaki. Drop me a 1 in the comments if you're a fan of Robert Kiyosaki. If you're a fan of Dave Ramsey, I'm going to tell you to burn all of his books, okay? He's going to keep you poor and he's going to keep you broke. We don't do that here. So right now, the majority of you are somewhere between employee and self-employed, right? You're trading your time for money. As an employee, you can only work so many hours. They're going to cap you, right? So drop me in the comments right now how much you make an hour. If you're annual, like I said, break it down into an hourly rate. Now, some of you are self-employed. This is a little bit better than an employee, right? Like you can report to yourself. But typically what happens with self-employed people, business owners, self-employed business owners, is that you typically work 24 hours a day. And you're making better income than an employee, right? But you still are trading your time for money. And there's only so many hours in a day. All right, Lauren, $28 an hour, $50 an hour. Okay, let's take $50 an hour, $69 an hour. That sounds like a good hourly rate, right? For those of you that are not making, what was it, $69 an hour? Yeah, $69 an hour. Drop me a 2 in the comments if that sounds like a good hourly wage. You wouldn't hate making that. Yep. Now, what I want you to ask yourself is if you would sell an hour of your time for $69. Drop me a 3 if you just had a light bulb moment and you would not sell an hour of your time for $69. Yep, exactly. Perception is reality. And that's the perception that you guys have got to understand, that you're trading and you're selling an hour of your time for whatever your hourly rate is. $20 an hour. I saw 11, 50, 20. If you guys have a family or kids, a husband, even your parents, I guarantee you they would pay you way more than $69 an hour for your time. Yep, exactly. So where we want to get is over here to a business owner and investor. This is where your amount of time isn't directly reflected by the money you're able to bring in. You're going to shift from the daily grind to overseeing a system. You get to leverage people. You get to leverage a team. You get to coach and mentor, right? Like in this business. If you're a traditional business, right? Like Jeff Bezos isn't the only one running Amazon. He leverages his VPs, his managers, his employees, right? It's an organization. And as an investor, your money works for you. This is where you go to sleep and the money that you invested makes money babies by the time you wake up. Y'all want to have some money babies? Your money making babies? Drop me a 1, right? An investor acquires assets, avoids bad debt, has their assets actually pay for bad debt, right? Like if you want a new car, that's bad debt. You acquire an asset that's going to pay for that. So you don't have to pay out of pocket. And then your money is in turn making you even more money, right? This is where I want you guys to start shifting your mindset from a traditional employee and a self-employed business owner to a real business owner who's overseeing a system and an investor, right? Who's with me? Drop a 2 if you're kind of understanding and making those changes in your head right now, if you're starting to see that what you're doing isn't going to get you to where you want to go, right? Okay. So what does a true freedom business model look like, right? It means you have your time freedom. That means you have your location freedom. You can make money anywhere on the planet. Financial freedom. You get to walk into a grocery store and you don't have to worry about whether you can buy organic or if you have to buy the pesticide-ridden fruits and vegetables, right? You get to say, oh, you know what? I'm having a bad day this week. I'd like to go to Mexico tomorrow. So you book a flight to an all-inclusive resort, right? And health freedom, because none of that matters if you're not healthy enough to enjoy it. So I'm going to turn this over to Kelsey. She's going to go over the difference between a high ticket business model and a low ticket business model. And that doesn't mean, she's going to go over this, but it doesn't mean the industry that we came from, right, guys? She's going to go into all that for you and kind of break this down a little bit more.
Yeah, also, can we just give some like hearts and emojis and fires and all of that for Steph? Every time she like nerds out, I love it. I could just sit here and listen to that all day. I always learn something new, even though I've done several of these master classes, but props to her because she just explains that so well. It makes me like want to do this all over again. So obviously you see why I instantly signed up. Like, you know, I love it. I love all the nerdy stuff. So yeah, we're going to talk about high ticket versus low ticket. And low ticket doesn't just mean like low ticket network marketing, you know, makeup, skincare, hair, coffee. Like it could be digital products. It could be, I mean, some phone sales would be even considered that. It could be anything that is just like a lower price point versus a higher price point. And so whenever we're talking about low ticket commissions, this is kind of like the difference that I want you guys to see, because yes, as somebody who has slung a lot of low ticket products, it can be successful. You can make money. However, how much time are you investing into that? And how many people do you have to talk to get there? Because whenever you're looking at, let's say, an average product cost or someone's cart, so like maybe a bundle of products that are about $150, and an average commission in the industry, whether it's affiliate marketing, the Amazon's only like 3%, like it's super low. You know, whatever it is, average of 20% commission, you're looking about at $30 per sale. $30. Which means that if you want to make $1,000 commission, you're actually going to have to find 35 people. Unless that product is $150, you know, 35 people, right? And if you want to make $5,000 a month, 167 people. If you're wanting to make $10,000 a month, 334 people. And I don't know about you guys, but with 6 kids, by the way, 6 kids, y'all ain't got no excuses, 6 kids. I ain't got time to go talk to 334 people. And assuming you have a closing ratio of 50%, the national average is actually 15 to 20%, 50% closing ratio, 668 new conversations every single month to make $10,000. You guys know, like 668 people, you could go like, hey, come buy my products. Probably not. But this is why I'm just going to say this for those of you guys, because I already know what's coming. I already know what you're going to be thinking, because I get this. I don't have a big social media following. Well, let's flip over to the high ticket side and let's show you why you don't need a big following. You don't have to be mini viral like you do with low ticket. With high ticket, each K8 sale pays out $2,720. A trifecta, up to $5,000. A quad, up to $7,720. One sale, you could make $7,720. One person. Is that not insane?
After 2 months, that's where Kelsey's at.
Yeah.
That's what we make, and we never go back down. And I'll get into that, but
yes. So huge difference right here. And so I'm going to let Steph kind of break down why this is different than the traditional like low ticket MLM and how we're leveraging more of like a business model that's structured like a real estate brokerage.
Yeah. So traditional MLM, right? Like you get a little baby tiny percentage of this person. You get paid 5 people here and 2 people here, right? This is very cut and dry. We are structured like an actual corporation, an actual business. So I want you guys to have in mind this analogy of a brokerage, right? The business is real estate. You have to associate yourself with a broker if you're a real estate agent to be in real estate to make sales. The broker takes a portion of those sales and the agent keeps the majority, right? So it is an over and down direct sales model that is actually patented. We're going to get into that. Kelsey's going to get into that in the next slide. Patented, which is why you've never seen it before. But as we're going through the commission and the compensation plan and the structure, I want you guys to keep this forefront in your mind, okay? You're on mute, Kels.
Oh, thought I clicked off of it. High ticket summary right here. So why you're going to love it. It takes the same amount of time to sell high ticket as it does low ticket. And I know some of y'all coming from the low ticket space and whatever that looks like for you, if you can hustle for $50, you can hustle for $5,000. If you can sell, make $50, you can sell and make $5,000. I am telling you, you can, because it takes the same amount of time to sell either one. And you need less transactions per month to hit 10,000. So at this point in my business, I'm getting there sometimes with just 2 sales. 2 sales, and it's actually like almost 14 grand. Right? And then this is a product that 100% of people on the planet want and need. And I actually heard this quote from someone. This wasn't even someone in the business. They were like, we were on a call and they shared this with me, and it's so true. If you're going to invest into something that 100% of people need. And what do 100% of people on the planet right now need? Money and clean water. Boom, boom. And then also with this, you can get started with 0 down and leverage OPM. OPM just stands for other people's money. When I first heard that word, I was like, wait a minute, other people like my parents, my friends, like what's that? No, it just means institutions, banks, credit cards, just different places. And the wealthy, I just want to say this, the wealthy never use their own capital, their own cash, their own money to invest. So take note of that. And then here's 13 reasons why you're going to love Enagic specifically. These were the key points that whenever I seen this, I was like, okay, I'm in. This is different. I need this. A patented 8-point compensation plan. Nobody else has this. Done for you systems and mentorship. It's the most intensive one-on-one, and then also in our larger team settings. The best mentorship I have ever received in my entire 7.5, 8 years of being in the online space. No sign-up fees, bi-weekly paycheck, no hey girls or sliding into the DMs or code messages, no stocking up on product or inventory, no monthly quotas, no de-ranking or starting over. That was, honestly, I think that might have been like the main selling point. I mean, the high commissions, yeah, but if you're having to meet certain quotas every month, you're having to start over every month, you're having to hustle every month, like, I don't know about you all, but I don't want to be doing that. So I loved that part of it. Accumulative group sales, which we'll talk about the huge way you're going to maximize your commission with accumulative group sales. No mandatory auto ship, no annual renewal, and you can earn monthly passive income for life. And then again, this is unlike anything else in the direct sales industry. I've never seen something as lucrative as this, and especially attached to all the nerdy stuff that Steph talked about. Like, it's the best of both worlds for health and financial freedom. So, Steph, you go ahead, share the products. Let's dive into it. You guys keep your ears open because we're getting into the good part now. Like, y'all thought that was good? Wait till you hear this.
Who's ready to learn how you're going to make all this money? Like, you know the problem, you know the solution. Now, how the heck are we making these sales, right? Drop a me, drop a yes, drop a something. Let's go. Me. Yeah. I got you. All right. So our 3 core products that we work with, I've already told you guys about the K8, our water ionizer, right? It's our flagship product. The Anespa is our shower unit. It's our shower remineralizer. And actually the minerals from this Anespa are from Okinawa, Japan, from a hot spring in Okinawa, Japan. It's going to feel literally like a spa. I hate going on vacation and not using my Anespa. My hair gets brittle. It turns orange. And guys, here's a personal story, but my hair started falling out and it was very, very, very stringy. And when I started using this back in January, my hair is actually growing now. It is wild. I thought something was wrong with me. It was the water. It was all the chemicals in the water. And then our Ukon turmeric supplement. Exactly. Where do people go bald first? And then the Ukon turmeric supplements. Obviously, you guys, I'm sure everyone on this call know how powerful turmeric is for our bodies. Antiseptic, antibacterial, antimicrobial. I'm done. I'm not saying it. Anti-inflammatory. And it's available in tea, soap, and capsule form. So 2 basic ways that people typically get started in this business, either a trifecta, which is each of the 3 core products I just showed you, or a quad. Those are our 2 most common. Now, some people get started with 5, 6, 7, 8, 12 products. These are our 2 most common. There's 2 different quads that you can choose. And a quad just means your 3 core products, K8, Anespa, Ukon, plus a product. So some people like to get multiple K8s. Some people like to get multiple showers, or Anespas, because they have multiple showers in their home. That is the health aspect of it. There's also a business strategy behind it, which I'm not going to go into too detail on this call. But what I want you guys to do, if you do want more detail on strategy, at the end of this, I'm going to tell you to book a call with whoever invited you here, and they can absolutely go over that with you. So the trifecta breakdown. Our ranking system goes from 1A to 6A. That's how many points out of the compensation plan you're getting paid. 1 out of 2, 2 out of 2, 3 out of 2, or 3 out of 8, 4 out of 8, 5, 6 out of 8, right? Once you hit 6A, every single sale after that is 6A commissions. Okay? Forever. You don't have to restart every month. You don't have to get 6A this month and then you start back at 0 next month. Like, we don't restart. Once you hit 6A, 101 sales, you're 6A. And if we're selling trifectas, it's not going to take 101 sales to get there. It takes 33 trifecta sales, 25 quad sales, 33 trifecta sales, because each of these sales right here are per product. So a trifecta is 3, a quad is 4, right? Now, when you start with a trifecta, you actually get to bypass and start out as a 2A distributor, making 2 points out of the 8, which means your first commission check is $1,250. How long does it take you guys right now to make $1,250 in your day job? In your 9 to 5? How long? How many hours you got to work? 2 weeks? Yep. Too many? Yep, exactly. 70 hours. Jesus. 2 days, David, 2 days, 4 days. Okay. This is 1 hour of your time for $1,250. And that's just starting out. 3 trifecta sales is going to get you to 3A. 3 more is going to get you to 4A. That's why people are moving so quickly here, guys. It doesn't take a lot. That's 6 sales and you're at 4A making $2,500 per sale. When you were working at the school, it was over a month. Yeah. Insane. And I'm sure that was extremely stressful. So one thing I always like to say is it's not a matter of if, it's a matter of when, right? So let's use an example here. I'm going to move this chat so I can see my numbers. So earlier when I was telling you about the brokerage and I was giving you that example, right? It's a direct and indirect compensation plan. So let's say you start with a trifecta and you get to start out as a 2A distributor, right? Because your other 2 products, they occupy those 1A lanes. That's neither here nor there. You don't have to know that. but you start out making 2A commissions. Let's say you bring in Sally and she purchases a trifecta. You just made $1,250, right? Who's with me? You guys with me? Drop a 1 if you're with me, if you're understanding. Now, here's where the compensation plan gets wild, because this is based on group effort, just like a brokerage is based on the real estate agent's group effort, right? So let's say Sally comes in and she sells 6 trifectas her first month. That's what I did. Kelsey, I think, sold like 50, but I sold 6 my first 30 days, right? So if Sally comes in and she sells 6 trifectas, you, with your direct sale, made $1,250. Indirectly, though, you just made $7,500. Sally made $7,500 and you made $7,500. So collectively, you just made $8,750 with one single sale. Guys, hello, somebody. How long does it take you to make $8,750? Right? It's a little longer, huh? Because that's still the exact same 1 hour of your time. That's what we're talking about when we talk about leverage. The compensation plan breeds good behavior. And guys, we close your first 20 sales for you to get you to 4A. I'm going to just drop that little nugget in there for you. That's part of the mentorship. So you guys get to come in and you get to learn as you earn. Okay. So some benefits of a trifecta. I'm sure some people out there are like, well, how much does it cost? Right? I'm going to rip the Band-Aid off, because you guys are starting to understand that this is not a liability. This is an asset that's going to produce you an income that's going to give you the life that you want, right? A trifecta is $98.50. But again, we're going to show you how to leverage that 0 down, 0 out of pocket to where you don't have to get in your checking account, your savings account. We're going to show you how the business is going to pay for itself, right? So the benefits of investing to build your business with a trifecta. You're instantly going to get $440 cash back just from starting your business. Just from starting your business. Your first sale, you're going to make $1,250. If you want to make $2,500 a month, that's 2 sales. That's just when you first start out. Remember, it's just a continuous progressive build. So if you want to make $60,000 a year, that's 1 sale per week. It's $5,000 a month, which is $60,000 a year. Right? Now, I'm going to go back just a little bit. When you get to 4A, you're making $2,500 per sale, right? Let's take that same math of 1 sale per week, which is low. We're doing anywhere between 1 and 5 a day, right? So let's just say 1 sale per week at $2,500 commissions. That's $10,000 a month, which is $120,000 a year. Yep. Kelsey closed 3 today. Okay. Now what happens at 4A is it's called a 4A leg hack, what we help you do, where you collect all 8 points for yourself. So when you're doing this, each single trifecta sale is $5,000. That's what I make. That's what Kelsey makes. That's what the majority of people make. So 1 single sale per week, we stick with that same analogy, is now $20,000 a month, which is $240,000 a year. Drop me a 1 in the comments if that wouldn't suck. All right. Yep, that wouldn't suck. So the quad breakdown, we call this the fast track quad strategy. Okay. You actually get to bypass your 2 lower level commission lanes and get paid as a 3A. You get to bypass that first 50%. And this is your commission range when you start off with a quad because of the structure of the business. So your first sale is going to range anywhere between, I'll get there in a second. I have a chart that'll show you the difference. But you get to start out as a 3A. Now, remember the scenario that I gave you a minute ago of Sally selling 6 trifectas? Sally's going to sell 6 quads instead. Started with a quad, selling quads, right? So instead of making $8,000 for the exact same amount of effort, selling 6 trifectas, we're selling 6 quads. And that's the majority of how people come in and structure their business is a quad. So your direct sale, you made $28.95. but passively you made $17,370 for a total amount of $20,265 for the exact same amount of time, guys. This is where you as the business owner and investor get to really shine. This is where you start seeing, okay, maybe what I've been doing, this trap that I've been caught up in, the 9 to 5, ain't my jam, because there's way better ways to make a living, to have a life. How long does it take you guys to make $20,000? Some of you on here, that may be annually. That may take you 6 months. This is with 1 hour. 1 hour. Okay. This is where we get our time freedom back. So getting started with the quad, like I said, there's 2 different quad packages. Depending on how you want to start, it's going to range anywhere from 12.7 to 14.8. I'm ripping the Band-Aid off because it doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. 0 down, 0 out of pocket. We're going to show you how to leverage that. At my old job, 20 months. Yeah, Vanessa, crazy. So benefits of starting your business with a quad. You're going to instantly get back either $725 or $880 cash back. Who would like to use that for Christmas? All right. Your first sale commission, that's a little typo, my bad, y'all. It's going to be between $18.75 and $28.95, if my math's correct. 2 quad sales per month, 2 hours of your time, is going to range anywhere between $4,860 and $5,790. Okay. Are we seeing why the majority of people start with a quad? 1 quad sale per week, which is for a month, is anywhere between $9,720 and $11,580. And then if you want to average that out for a year, that's $116,000 to $138,000. And when you are collecting all 8 points for yourself, 1 sale per week is anywhere between $25,000 and $30,000. 4 sales per week is anywhere between $103,000 and $494,000 per month. The road to 7 figures has never been so clear. 4 sales a week. That's it. That's all it takes to be a millionaire. What would y'all do with a 7-figure salary? What is your first thing you would do? And this is the breakdown. So if you guys get started with a trifecta, this is the pay range for your first sale, $1,250 to $1,930. Pay off your house, cry. Yep, feel it. This is your pay range when you start with a quad. So you start out at a higher caliber, you get to bypass 50% of the compensation plan. Your first sale will pay you $1,875 to $2,895. Pass out. I love it. I love it. I think Kelsey was going to poop her pants. So, you know. And I'm just going to break this down a little bit. If you guys want to make $100,000 a year, that's 1 sale a month when you're collecting 8 points. If you want to earn $250,000 a year, that's 3 sales a month. If you want to earn $500,000 a year, that's 5 sales a month. If you want to earn $1 million a year, that's 11 sales a month. It's under 3 sales per week. Mind blown. And you don't even have to make these sales. Okay. Get the hell out of California. Dusty. Yeah, girl. Or boy. We could go either way with that one. Okay. So that's cool, right? Like that compensation plan is bomb. Drop me a 1 if that was like mind blowing, right? Okay, girl, got you. Mind blowing. That's not even the best part. Like that's not even what gets us excited anymore. So once you hit 6A, you're going to get a $3,000 bonus. Also, all of your products are distributorships. Okay. So the cool thing about this is you're not starting one business. You have a real estate business. I break this down like an Airbnb, right? You have an Airbnb. These are virtual franchises, essentially. You have an Airbnb in Kentucky. You have an Airbnb in California. You have an Airbnb in Colorado. All of them are generating you income separately, right? So at 6A, you're going to get a $3,000 bonus. But because of those other distributorships and how we have you structure your business, we're going to teach you all this. Once you start your business, you're essentially minimally doubling your bonuses throughout this compensation plan. So it is a 6A2. You're going to get a $6,000 bonus because you hit that position. But you're actually going to get another $6,000 bonus for your other 2 positions hitting 6A. So you're going to get a $12,000 bonus. Okay. Now, the cool thing here is right here. This is when you enter global profit sharing for the company, just like Amazon, just like Apple, just like Walmart. They have global profit share. They're publicly traded or privately, doesn't matter. You're going to get a $25,000 bonus for hitting this as a 6823. You're also going to be getting a $12,000 bonus for each of your other two positions. And minimally for the rest of your life. Now, unless Jesus comes back, like the dinosaurs show up, we get hit by an asteroid, like there's my disclaimer, nobody's getting paid then. But you're going to get $5,000 monthly for the rest of your life. That's just minimum. Sometimes it's 9, 11, it varies. It depends on how well the 6823s are doing that month. But the minimum will always be 5,000. We're a $1.2 billion company. We've been around for 50 years next year, so 49 technically. We've never not paid out our commissions. We've only went up. We've never had to cut our commission structure ever. This is because we are the only OEM manufacturer. We own everything nuts to bolts. We don't have to outsource anything, right? So 5,000 monthly bonus all the way up to $80,000 monthly bonus for the rest of your life. Every single one of your positions is willable, deedable to a spouse or child. So my mentor, Jen, right now, she's got a few positions for her son. When he turns 18, guys, he's not going to have to worry about getting a home loan, buying a car. If he wants to go to college, he's going to have a multi-million-dollar business already set up for him. He can sell, he can work it, doesn't matter. He's going to have that luxury of not having to worry about finances. What would you guys do? Drop it in the chat to be able to provide that level of security for your children. The security that you didn't have growing up. We all want better. I don't have kids, but I know that every single parent that I've ever talked to wants better for their children. That's what this does. Money's great, but money's a tool. What is that going to get you? Yep, the world. Yep. Exactly. Seems like a small investment for the security. Yep, exactly. All right. So I mentioned your business is willable and deedable. You also receive developmental bonuses, leadership bonuses, education bonuses. You're paid infinitely down on your entire downline once you hit 6A2. Profit sharing, we already talked about that. An international bonus pool, monthly 10K contest, which is actually, they upped it for the next 6 months to $30,000 as a bonus each month. You get to earn that. If that would have been in place a couple months ago, I would have earned it. Instead of a $10,000 bonus, I would have got a 30. Like, it's just wild, right? Group sales incentive bonuses that are paid out monthly and quarterly. This is the most lucrative business model I've ever seen in my life, guys. It's nuts, okay? So instant benefits to starting your business. You're going to get anywhere between $440 and $880 cash back. It's 100% tax write-off. So we're coming to the end of the year, guys. If you want to reduce your tax liability for your W-2 job, start a business. You're going to reduce it. Whatever your investment is, however you decide to go, you're going to reduce it. Okay. No sign-up fees, multiple distributor IDs for life. I already talked about that. $12.50 to $28.95 on your first sale. And you're able to start this business for nothing out of pocket. Nothing. And have mentorship that are going to close. Yes. And also deductions. Yep. And you're going to have the mentorship where we're going to close your first 20 sales for you. So I'm going to turn it over to Kelsey. She's going to talk to you a little bit about how we actually make sales. This is one of our most common questions. And then we're going to have a little bit of Q&A for you guys, and we'll wrap it up and let you guys get back to your regular scheduled programming. So Kelsey, take it away. Y'all listen up. She knows what she's talking about here.
Yes. Yes. Well, also too, I want to just go ahead and say that I feel like whenever people think about starting a new business, especially maybe if they've already tried businesses before, or if they're, a W-2 employee and they've never done a business, it's kind of like, is this going to be a lot? Can I do this alongside my other job? I got that question a lot this week, and you can absolutely 100% do this part-time, 1 hour a day, working another job until you can build up to quit your job if you want. And then if you have come from the online space where you know, sometimes you kind of get so overwhelmed about what to do. There's a million gurus on social media telling you do this, reels, live stories, algorithms, hashtags. Well, no, cut it all out. cut out all the noise, because this is the simplest sales process I have ever done. And it involves 3 steps. Okay, plus your 4th one, which is once you come into the business. And so 1 piece of content a day, which you get help crafting, and it's a message that speaks to your audience. So you're going to know how to craft that. Sharing and inviting to masterclasses like this, which we do once a week. It's done for you. You don't need to do them. You don't need to host them. You don't need to whatever, go live after hours and hours and hours. Invite your people on here. And then we also have that VIP Fearless community group where we have replays of master classes, and you can tag people into, like, let's say if you had someone in the nursing field, nurses come here, and teachers come here and crush this business, because teachers and nurses are overworked and underpaid. So they come here and they're like, all right, I see it, I'm going for it, right? So maybe there's a video in the group that you have a potential nurse who's looking to start the business. There you go. Tag them in a video. Work's done for you. And then you just book a call. And this can, you know, whenever you first start, this is going to be with your mentor helping you. So they're going to be, again, the work's going to be done for you. You don't know how much easier it can be for you guys, you know. And they're going to help you map out a game plan for your person that's coming into the business. And then the 4th thing is just getting launched, getting started, and then getting your person or your people coming in, getting launched and getting started, which again is already done for you in pre-recorded videos in a course portal. So I always like to say 1 piece of content a day. You talk to your leads in Messenger and invite them to master classes, book a call. 3 steps. And then 4th one is after the sales process is closed, and that's just launching them or plugging them into our blueprint and our system. So in order to get your time and money back, you must be willing to invest both time and money to do so. Nothing changes if nothing changes, right? What's the backup plan? I bet you don't have one, right?
Who's seeing the burn the boat movement now?
Mm-hmm.
Who's ready for their burn the boat moment, right?
Well, I'm ready all over again. So if you're ready, if this resonated with you, you want to take the next step to time and financial freedom, just get back to whoever invited you to this masterclass and schedule a call. Hey, I just got off that masterclass. I see the vision. Tell me how I'm going to make money, and get really amazing products as well. That's going to change my health, right? There's a bonus. They'll go over how to get started with 0 down and how you can earn $440 to $880 cash back. Great point, Steph, what you said there with who needs some Christmas money right now. Here you go. First check back can pay for that. And then instantly that you're going to get that when you get started. And then we'll also map out a go to get you to your freedom number. So those numbers that you guys popped into the chat whenever we started, which by the way, I don't know about you, Steph, but I loved seeing massive numbers. I think that's like the biggest numbers I've seen on one of these. And so we're in a room with some people who have some big goals, and I love it. So yes, we can map out any freedom number that you have. And you'll be shown how to achieve that in the next few weeks to few months. So I tell people our blueprint, our system that we have, that process is proven to get people to $20,000 months in 6 months. If you want to go faster, go faster. I did 54 grand my first full month. Right now, I'm at about probably a little bit over, but I'm going to be conservative and say 60 grand for just this month. I'm running for $100,000 commission this month, right? And I started end of August. So Yes, get with the person that invited you back or invited you to this masterclass.
And I'm gonna,
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah.
gonna touch on that too a little bit. I guess I should have waited, but on that call, guys, nobody's gonna try to hard close you. Nobody's gonna try to sell you anything. That call is just an opportunity for you to get any additional questions answered, for you to map out your goals, and to see if this is even a potential solution that's going to solve your problems, right? So, on that note, yes, burn the boats, and let's open up for Q&A. So Q&A is open at the bottom. If you, it literally says Q&A, click on that, answer or ask your questions, or if you want to be promoted up here to a panelist, raise your hand and I'll bring you up. You can ask your questions.
I love that Vanessa said, I set the whole fleet on fire.
The whole fleet. The whole fleet.
Yes.
Okay. Anonymous attendee said, so can you please explain this a little more? We don't have to buy the equipment to start, right? I definitely can't afford $15,000. Anonymous attendee. This is exactly why we're able to leverage zero down, zero out of pocket. We can see if that's an option for you. Absolutely. And yeah, 99% of people can't just get into their bank account and be like, here's 15 grand, here you go. Right. But the reason that you can't afford it is because you're stuck in the matrix. Right. So something's got to change in order to make a difference. Right. So what I want you to do is book a call with whoever invited you here. They're going to be able to break that down for your specific situation and help you out. And your barrier to entry is absolutely through ownership. Okay. So you can't start an Airbnb business without an Airbnb property, right? Without a home. You can't start up a brick and mortar pizza business without a building to sell your pizzas out of, right? So that is your barrier to entry. Okay. Will we get a recording to tag our guests on? Absolutely, Monica. Our VAs work Monday through Friday. So this will, I would say by Monday, but potentially maybe tomorrow. Can we sell this stuff to businesses? Lauren says, abso-freaking-lutely. There's quite a few athletes that we sell to. All professional athletes, the majority of them are drinking this water. A lot of healthcare practitioners have this in their offices. I personally have a physical therapist who has this in their office. Holistic practitioners, absolutely, you can absolutely sell this to businesses. Gyms, another huge one for us as well. Do you just have customers or do you just keep recruiting? Donnie, the majority of people that you talk to are going to want the business. They're going to want the business. Now, some people will absolutely just be customers. Do I have any personally? No, because what do people want more than anything right now is a way out of their current financial situation. Yeah, it's cool. Like I would still have this if it wasn't for the business, but the majority of people out there right now, their main concern is getting their freedom back, getting their time back, spending time with their families, increasing their capital so they can have additional resources to invest, right? So yes, absolutely. You can have customers or you can just continue to build a business. Anonymous attendee, if you do not have credit for zero down, get back with the person that invited you to this. We have resources that we can help you build that credit, get that credit back, anything on your credit report that may be delinquent, anything like that, we can help dismiss and get rid of. We have resources for that. So it may take 30, 60, 90 days. I've had that happen for people. And that's the hardest part about this business is the waiting, is getting that fixed. So we can absolutely, whoever invited you, just ask for their help. And they will be more than happy to give you those resources and help you get that taken care of. Kels, anything you want to add to anything that I've said so far? I'm just kind of like going through these.
Oh no, I love it. Yeah.
Okay.
Good.
How do you get the water through the airport? How do they test the water to see if it's medical grade water? This is a big plug to show how powerful it is. Absolutely. Donnie, so I go to TSA, right? I take off my shoes. I put all my stuff in the little baskets. I say, TSA officer, this is medical grade water. They say, okay. They take it. They don't put it through the the x-ray. They take it around and they meet me at the end once I collect my stuff. They tell me to take the lid off. I take the lid off. They wave a little wand over it, a little test strip, and then they put some type of drops on that test strip. And if it comes back, obviously not like a bomb, then they're like, here you go, have an amazing day. They're familiar with it. We're global. My little small town in Kentucky, they were like, the first time I ever did it, they were like, what is this? And I was like, it's medical grade water. Just go over there. Go over there. And then they've given it back to me. I've never had an issue. My coaches have never had an issue. It'd be the equivalent of them dumping your medication down the garbage. All right, guys, we got about 5 more minutes. Any other questions? Yes, Donnie, absolutely awesome. I saw someone with their hand up. If you had your hand up and you want to come and ask a question, just hit your little button again. I'll bring you up. Looking back through the chat. Burn the boat. I'm ready for a change. There's Vanessa. I set the whole fleet on fire. Yes, guys. Yes. Where do you actually get leads for? Anonymous. That is exactly what we teach you. Once you get started in the business, that is exactly what we teach you. And I'll tell you personally, I have not reached out to a single person since I started this business. We use direct response marketing that we're going to teach you. Very simple. And then we also have an ad strategy as well. If you would like to do like a Facebook, like a $5 a day Facebook ad strategy, that's going to generate you probably 5 to 12 leads per day. So we definitely want to make sure that you're ready for that and have infrastructure in place for that. But we'll help you with that. Absolutely. But I've not reached out to a single person since I started this. I don't think you have either, Kels. Unless it was somebody like close to you. They were like, you have to do this.
Yeah, I reached out to 2 who I was close to, had a relationship with after I already made $37,000. I was like, all I said was, you guys need to take a look at what I'm doing. That's all I said. And they're like, all right, yeah, like hopped on a call. Both of them are now in the business.
Yeah.
Yeah.
iPhone 3, does anyone pay cash to get in or should they? Absolutely. I've had quite a few people pay cash. I came in full cash. Kelsey, she had credit cards. She put them on credit cards because you're able to get, if it's a travel card, it's about 3 to 4 or 5 free flights by leveraging a credit card. If you don't have one right now, we can look and see if that's an option for you. There's 3 different ones that we really like to use. And then additionally, if you have a cash back card, then you get additional cash back anywhere from like $200 to like $300 additional cash back just for starting your business on top of the cash back that you already get. So yeah, some people do pay cash. I'd say probably 95% of people leverage the 0 down option. How does this company not go bankrupt paying out such large commissions and bonuses? Sorry, so many questions, but seriously interested. Donnie, we own everything nuts to bolts. We don't have to outsource anything. And so if we did have to outsource things, our prices for our products would be 2 to 4 times even more expensive. And Enagic actually pays out 55% commissions, or 56% commissions to the distributors. I was able to kind of see our CEO in Vegas this year, Mr. Oshiro, and he is the most humble man I have ever met. He comes from a sales background. And so he actually bought these rights from Sony, Sony Entertainment, and then he turned it into this model and patented it because he loved the sales industry, but he hated everything about it, basically, like the quotas, the deranking, the stress, the burnout. So he wanted a way that he could pay distributors what they were actually worth for their time. And so that's why we don't outsource, and we're able to do this all in-house. which is why they're able to make the profit that they do on top of paying us out 56% for every single sale. Every single sale ever made gets 56% paid out. What card so I can apply? Anonymous. Send a DM or text, however you are talking to whoever invited you here, and ask them what card they recommend. They're going to see what your financial situation's like. They're going to ask you a couple questions so that they can help you. And then you're going to get a personalized recommendation from them. All right, guys. Yeah, Ashley got back 15-20 just for starting. Absolutely. Credit cards, if you have them right now, that's my absolute favorite way to get started. Absolute favorite way. I would have when I got started, but I didn't have enough open limits because I had to buy a bunch of stuff. So I just came in and I actually paid with my cryptocurrency. We invest in cryptocurrency. So any other questions, guys? Whenever I've thought of credit cards with rewards, yeah, big deal, big deal. All right, so if there are no more questions, we're going to let you get back to your regular scheduled programming. Krista Allen, are you raising your hand? Do you have a question, sweetness? Krista, I gave you permission to talk, babe. No? You're on mute if you're trying to talk.
Okay. Can you hear me?
Yes, we can.
Okay, so how much it costs to start the business?
So it depends on how you want to come in. Were you here for the whole masterclass?
Yes.
Okay, so a trifecta is going to be $98.50, and then quad is anywhere between $12.7 and $14.3, and it's going to depend on the sales tax for your state if you have sales tax. Obviously, some states do. But
okay, thank you.
You're welcome. Oh, and then I think it's like 5 or anywhere between 4 and 6 sales recoups that initial investment, and then it's like ATM in your kitchen for the rest of your life.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome. All right, iPhone 3, I've enabled your talking and you are on mute right now. And then after iPhone 3, we'll wrap it up, guys.
I think they ended up putting theirs in the Q&A and you answered it.
Okay.
Unless they have another one.
All right. Guys, we'll let you go. Let you get back to your regular scheduled programming. Like I said, get back to whoever invited you here and have your burn the boat movement. Okay. It may seem a little scary. That's all right. Nobody starts a business and they're not scared. So, if you guys need anything, you know where to find us. And I hope you guys have a beautiful night. Kelsey, anything you want to add?
No, I'm just super excited. Ready to hit 100K this month. I'm excited for all the new people. I just feel like there's been a rush of new people come in here lately. Our community is blowing up, fastest growing in the company. So definitely reach out to whoever invited you to this and get started. Do not sit on this. So many advantages to starting now too. Don't wait to the beginning of next year because it's tax write-offs plus cash back for Christmas. Like so many advantages. And yeah, I'm really excited to see you guys inside the community.
Yeah. All right, guys. We'll see you later. We'll see you on the inside.
Bye.